And you natural gas nerds, ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Natural Gas ETF, 71.70 a share after it looks like a reverse stock split, up 9.97% on the day. Woo! That's just we're getting big here, folks. 13% in 5 days, 1 month, and mostly just based on the last week. 6 months. Yeah, it took a pounding after that. But what happened was the hurricane season. We got a record number of storms out there. They're on your way. Now we got Hurricane Cindy, right, or Tropical Storm Brett, right, and then we got Tropical Storm Cindy right behind it, and then at least another one with an eyeball in it. This is the last 5 days. Um, this stock was under $3, and then just over $3, and then they did a reverse split. Um, the it looks like it might have been, well, it wouldn't have been 10 to 1. It would have been 20 to 1. Yeah, maybe 20 to 1. I think that's what we're witnessing here. 20 to 1 stock split on Boyle. And they went up again. More hurricane news. See that, folks? A reverse stock split is not always bad for business on this ETF. I guess it was just a matter of adjusting it to keep everybody off the zero line, because natural gas was at its lowest point in 40 years. It was down to $2.50 on Boyle, and options were no longer really playable on it because it was such a low price. So now I think the options market will be a little happier that there's more flexibility for different price points and different levels and short-term plays. So I think it's going to be beneficial to a lot of traders. Hurricanes are still coming. They're still threatening the Gulf of Mexico. That's where most natural gas is. If they get a storm surge, if they get trees falling, if they get natural gas lines popping, if they get production slowed down, this is where the whole world gets their natural gas. North America is number one still in this industry. This administration has not killed natural gas. 70% of our power comes from natural gas. It's very needed, and it's very low storage capacity. Even though they do more and more every year, it's not in proportion to what we use for power and what the demand is on it. When there's stress on the system, whether it be hot weather, cold weather, hurricanes, whatever it be, blizzards, you name it. If there's demand, especially if something hits Texas or hits Louisiana or anywhere in there in between, big problems. This is great. This is good news. We're going to watch, I've been watching this one as an experiment just to see how hurricane season reacted to this thing. We got 50 storms coming this year. I expect it to calm down plenty, and I expect it to this to collapse plenty. This is, oh shit, the Gulf is going to get wrecked news, and it's making it go up. It's going to come down once you see the Atlantic clear, and I don't think they're just going to flow all year long. It's going to clear for a couple of weeks. You'll see it come down considerably. It seemed like at $2.50 was maybe the lowest point. At 20 to 1, I guess that's $50. So when this thing hits $50, you know it hit rock ass bottom. So maybe that's where rock ass bottom is. And I think it'll be hitting there after the Atlantic clears. And that's what we're waiting on now. We're going to finish experimenting, watching this wonderful boom that occurs during our hurricane threat. This is fun. We're just going to be meteorologists. I got almost real time, completely live tracking of Africa. I can see every little poof that comes off of there. It just took one poof to set the alarm bells off. This thing was off to the races within a day, and then it was really off to the races in 3 days. It went down a day when Brett weakened, and then it picked back up again and got closer and stayed west, and then a bunch of other ones are staying west and are right behind it. So now we're in full panic mode. 5 days, 13%. Yeah, I guess I'll have to go to 1 month to show you the whole transgression. But yeah, there we go. right about here for the first news of the hurricane. First news of the poof off of Africa, $51 up to 66. Whoops, Brett's not coming. He's weakening. Oh, yes, he is. He is coming, and there's more behind it. Is it going to go up again? Yeah, probably. This is just a fear factor play. The more it's coming, the more it doesn't stop. If these things would have gone north, this thing would be plummeting right now. They're not going north, they're going west. As soon as there's any shaky news on all three of them, I'll let you know. As soon as the slate is cleared and we're back to $50, I'll let you know. We can grab a few shares or a few options. And I don't know, it seems like a 1 month option would pretty much guarantee you some kind of a hurricane threat if there's supposed to be 50 of them and they're already popping in the Atlantic. I'd rather wait to see him before I make the play. So maybe we'll just keep a real close watch and not do a long term or a 1 month option until we can see the threat or multiple threats popping out. This one would have been a great one to get 5 or 6 days ago. And it might still be a good one to get if you think it's coming. But the more it's coming, the more it blossoms, the less you're going to make, and the more of a chance you have for a train wreck. It hits Florida, the game's over. It's not going to hurt natural gas. If it hits east of Florida and just rises north, you're not going to hit natural, So you need threats to the Gulf, and once the threat is alleviated, plummet time. Woo, yawning. Good morning, everyone. ProShares Ultra Bloomberg Boyle, one of my all-time favorites. There is a short Boyle also. You should investigate that. ProShares Ultra Short Bloomberg Natural Gas. And it's about the same price, and it goes down as Boyle goes up by a 2-time multiplier, the same multiplier. So you might find that interesting also. But the thing is, if you short it and then another storm pops out, you're screwed. I'd rather go from the position of no storm to storm than hoping no storm. But it's your call. And it is going to drop off once things become a non-threat, maybe at least for a day. Maybe a day wouldn't be too far of a gamble as long as you're inspecting Africa and don't see cloud cover. You might be able to get away with a day or two of being in the short position of Boyle. And that might be all very smart too, but you better be paying attention to Africa, and you better be ready to get out, even at a little loss if you have to. You don't want a piece of shorting this thing with a bunch of storms coming out. That could be destructive. That's why they call it the Widowmaker. Have a wonderful day. Please like my channel and subscribe, and I will bring you more updates on your natural gas hurricane play. Thank you again. Have a wonderful Sunday.